lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing somewhere beyond the sea. She's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, yeah. Beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. Beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'd go sailing, and never again I'd go sailing. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, well, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, well, well, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, in other words, I love you. Yeah. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps that Georgia on my mind. Talk about Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. You know it does. Other arms may reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Oh, Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song, old sweet song keeps that Georgia on my mind. Paul, is this? She said we only need 4. You can my little
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Roane State Community College's commencement ceremonies for 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask you if you would please remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your hats for the posting of our national and state flags. Color guard, post the colors.
Detail, forward, march. Detail, halt. Detail, left face. Detail, present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so so proudly we hailed at the twilight's flash gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave,
Detail, order, arms. Detail, right face. Detail, forward, march.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank the Bowers Elementary School Color Guard in Harriman, Tennessee for posting our national and state colors. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank the Roane State Jazz Band, Harold Nagy, the Celebration Singers, Brenda Luigi, Dr. Joel Greenlee on the keyboard, and Bryce Laughlin on the guitar for their musical performances this evening. Would you join me in thanking them? For our invocation, Mr. Odell Fern, Director of the Roane State Human Resources, will deliver our invocation this evening.
Let us pray. Father God, we thank you for these graduating students. We pray that you will give them direction, purpose, and perseverance as they enter the next phase of their lives. Give them clearness of mind to move forward into the plans and purposes that you have for them. May these young people gain wisdom from you and have discernment for proper behavior. Raise up Christian mentors for these graduates so they have someone who holds them accountable for their actions. We pray that they will rise above ungodly behaviors and have the boldness to stand up for what is right wherever they work, study, or socialize. Give them wisdom to spend their time and money wisely. Grant them success for their efforts at every turn and guide their feet to follow your ways. May they be eager to do good and not evil all the days of their lives. Use them in mighty ways, dear Father. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Odell. You all may be seated. In 1971, this institution was created by the Tennessee legislature and was named after the second governor of Tennessee, Mr. Archibald Roane. Now, prior to his election, Governor Roane made the Delaware River crossing with George Washington in 1776 and was present at the surrender of Cornwallis at Yorktown. He was a member of the Tennessee State Constitutional Convention in 1796 and was elected as governor of Tennessee and served from 1801 through 1803. During his term as governor, he served as trustee of Tennessee's first three colleges: Blount College, which is now the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, Greenville College, and Washington College. So it is very fitting that Roane State Community College bears his name. And again, on behalf of our faculty, our staff, and our students, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you once more to Roane State Community College's commencement ceremony for 2016. It is our honor that you have joined us here this evening. Professor Mike Goggin is the mace bearer tonight, and he led the faculty into the hall with our college mace. I would also like to mention our post-retirement program. Post-retirement is a program in which some retiring Roane State faculty members elect to teach part-time with the college for a term of up to 4 years. And at this time, I would like to recognize the faculty ending their post-retirement this semester. And there are 4. Dr. David Puckett, Betty Glenn, Kenneth Malvo, and Doris Chitwood. Would you join me in congratulating and thanking these wonderful colleagues for all of the service and the academic excellence they have instilled to so many Roane State students. As a part of tonight's ceremonies, as well as tomorrow morning when we gather again, we will gather to celebrate and pay tribute to over 1,000 Roane State graduates, including our first middle college graduates. All of these students have reached a milestone in their lives, and I offer to each of you here this evening our commendation and our congratulations for achieving your degree or your certificate. We are so pleased to honor you as our graduating class of 2016, and we welcome you into Roane State's alumni ranks. I encourage you to remain in contact with our alumni office. Please let us know of your accomplishments, your milestones, and we in turn would like to share with you in ways which you can support future Roane State students as they work toward earning their degrees, their certificates, and achieving their dreams. Now, we consider each one of you our special guest, but there are certain individuals who have joined us tonight who are worthy of special recognition. And I would ask each of these individuals to please stand while I introduce you. The first special guest is Regent Danny Varlin. We are honored to welcome Regent Varlin, who is a great advocate of education, of community colleges, of workforce training, and I would now like to welcome her to the podium to offer her congratulations and welcome to you. Regent Varlin.
Good evening, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity to celebrate tonight with you. And on this occasion, I would like to first give congratulations for the 18 members of the Board of Regents, and most especially from our Honorable Governor, Bill Haslam, who is the chairman of our board. So please accept my congratulations on his behalf and the other members. The Tennessee Board of Regents is the governing body for this great institution, as well as 12 other community colleges, 6 universities, and 27 colleges of applied technologies. The TBR system is about the 6th largest in the country, with over 200,000 students. So you are part of a very big system. Participating in on-campus events like this and seeing you celebrate the success of everything that you've accomplished is just about my favorite part of being a regent. As regents, we spend most of our time reading reports, looking at numbers, and solving problems, as well as trying to figure out what we need to do and how we need to do it. Your college administrators, faculty do the same thing. What should we do, and how will we do it? And that is all very important. However, everyone sitting on this stage, all of the faculty and staff that are joining us this evening, and all 18 regents would tell you that the most important part and the most important question for us to understand is why. And the why is you. We spend a lot of time figuring out what and how because we care about providing quality education to you and everyone across the TBR system. so that you can complete your degree, get good jobs with salaries that allow you to support yourselves and improve the quality of your life through education. The why is what motivates us. And I say this to you because I would like for you to consider this as you move to the next steps in your life post-graduation. What you do and how you do it are very important. But I believe that the most important reason is why. Keep your eye on the ball as you figure out what and how, but always keep in your heart why. You're graduating at a unique time in our history as community colleges are finally receiving the attention and praise they deserve, everywhere from the President of the United States, our governor, and especially the employees across the state of Tennessee. And as each of you know and can attest to, the academic rigor of the programs offered here and the quality of our community college faculty, the diversity of the studies offered at our community colleges are all outstanding. That means you've taken the very first step on your path to a bright future. Whether you're starting your career tomorrow, improving your current job situation, or planning to continue your studies at a university, you're better prepared, better educated, and better situated because you attended Roane State Community College. So without further ado, on behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents, please accept our sincere congratulations to you and to your families that are sitting here with you, and the warmest wishes for today and for a wonderful future and lifetime of achievements. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Regent Varlin. Thank you again for your advocacy, for your service, and all that you do for students in higher education. Continuing with the introductions, next is Reverend Willie GALLAHER. Stand. We welcome our distinguished commencement speaker, Reverend GALLAHER, and I will share more about him before he speaks to you in just a moment. Also, Chris Ricker, who is the recipient of the 2015-2016 President's Award. Also, special guests on the floor to my right that would stand, Senator Ken Yeager, Reverend GALLAHER's wife, Missy, Christina Ricker's parents, Mike Ricker, Terry Ricker, Director of Roane County Schools, Gary Ates, administrators with Roane County Schools, Russell Jenkins and Terry Honeycutt, Roane County Executive, Ron Woody and his wife, Becky. Ron, also an alumnus of Roane State and of this basketball court. Want to get a ball out and, no, okay, I'm just teasing. Vic King from the Roane County School Board, Scott Mason, principal, Midway High School, Scott Callahan, principal of Harriman High School, and my wife Cindy has also joined us tonight. Would you join me in welcoming all of our special guests? I would also like to introduce other members of the stage party at this time, and they will participate in the commencement ceremony as we go on this evening. And I would ask them to please stand as I call their names. On your right is Dr. Diane Ward, Chief Academic Officer and Vice President of Student Learning. On the second row from your left is Miss Melinda Hillman, Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Community Relations. Professor Brad Fox, Faculty Senate President. On the second row from your right, Dr. Michael Lehman, Dean of Allied Health Sciences. Dr. Patricia Jenkins, Dean of Nursing. On the third row from your left, Dr. Myra Peavy-House, Dean of Humanities. Dr. Marcus Pomper, Dean of Mathematics and Sciences. Professor Dan Hyder, Program Director of Environmental Health Technology and the coordinator of the Roane State Honors Program. And on the third row from your right, Mr. Odell Fern, Director of Human Resources, and Professor Mike Goggin, the faculty mace bearer. Tonight's commencement speaker, is Reverend Willie GALLAHER. Reverend GALLAHER is the husband of Sister Missy GALLAHER. They have been married for 21 years, and they have been blessed with two beautiful children, Darius GALLAHER and the late Jada GALLAHER. He is the son of Lucille GALLAHER and the late Henry Jordan of Roane County. Reverend GALLAHER is the network administrator for the Harriman Utility Board, where he has been employed for the past 20 years. Reverend GALLAHER is a 1989 graduate of Harriman High School, where he has been blessed to be an assistant coach and mentor for the boys basketball team for the past 15 years. He is also an alumnus and former basketball player for Roane State Community College. We may have enough for a pickup game here, gentlemen. In fact, in his playing time here, Coach Nesbitt, I think, sitting over here, Reverend GALLAHER was one of the first players on the first team, for Coach Nesbitt when he came to be coach here. And so there was some kind of joke back in the wings about whether or not you all played Coach Naismith and shot at peach baskets or something like that, but we won't go into that, Randy, I promise, okay? Reverend GALLAHER received his bachelor's degree in Christian administration from Trinity Theological Seminary and is currently pursuing a master's degree at the same institution. In January of 2016, Reverend GALLAHER became the 14th pastor of St. Mary's Missionary Church in Harriman, Tennessee, and Reverend GALLAHER says his hope is that he might touch someone's life for the glory of God. Now, I often say the words study, engage, serve to our students as sort of the oversimplification of what I think their mission is while they're here with us. To study, to engage, in other words, to get involved, and then find a way to serve. Well, I promise you, every single day, Reverend GALLAHER models those three words. He studies the needs of his community, he engages those who are in need, and then he serves them with his whole heart. He is a Roane State alumnus. He is a true community leader. I am proud to say he is my friend. Would you please welcome Reverend Willie GALLAHER.
I would first of all like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who has brought me to this point in my life. To the president of this great institution, Dr. Chris Whaley, to all the faculty and staff here at Roane State Community College, to all the distinguished guests, to the family and friends of these radiant graduates, and last but definitely not least, to the graduates of 2016, I would like to say good evening. It is such an honor and such a privilege to be here to share with you on this momentous occasion as we honor you for your diligence and your hard work to reach such an accomplishment as you have reached. I really feel doubly honored as we're here to honor the first graduates of the Roane State Middle College students. And I want to ask you if you would join with me and let's give them all a great big applause. I was sitting there thinking about, I heard a story about a young preacher who just got out of seminary, and he was all excited about preaching. He was vibrant and vigorous. And he went to preach at a church, and he was there, and he got done preaching, and he was standing as they come to, congratulate him and talk to him. And he saw this one lady come by, and she just kind of looked at him, never shook his hand, and she says, "Too long." He kind of looks at her. He sees she makes another round, and she comes back through the line. Never shakes his hand again. She says, "Too loud." He just kind of looks at her again. She makes a round for the third time, comes through the line for the third time. She says, "Boring." And all of a sudden, one of the deacons came up to him and patted him on the back, said, "Don't pay her any attention. She just repeats what she hears." And so my goal on this evening is I hope not to be too long, definitely don't want to be too loud, and I pray that I'm not too boring. But I ask if you would for just a few minutes to just allow me to hopefully encourage you and to challenge you with this thought: keep up the pace. There's a saying that is often used that finds its roots in the scriptures. It says, the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but to those that endure. In other words, it's not about how fast you start or how fast you run, but it's about keeping a pace that allows you to finish the race. And the key to that is perseverance. And so as we gather here on this evening to recognize and honor and celebrate your accomplishments of graduating, it is no doubt a testimony of your perseverance, because there are many that may have started out with you, but as you look around, they're not here with you on this evening. Yet you have persevered in spite of the challenging classes. You have persevered in spite of the long hours of studying. You have persevered in spite of the tough tests you had to take and life in general. So I applaud you for that, but in the same breath, I want to challenge you not to let this be the end, but rather a means to the end. So I want to challenge you to keep up the pace. What do I mean by keep up the pace? If I might, I want to use for an acronym for PACE. First of all, the P, keep the right perspective. One definition that Webster used for the word perspective is the capacity to view things in their true relations or relative importance. It's how you see things. It's your outlook. And even though our outlooks are shaped by many different things, whether we want to embrace it or not, we all have a certain perspective. In one of my studies that I came across thinking about perspective, I come to realize how the Strait of Good Hope was named. Around the southern tip of Africa, there was a Portugal explorer by the name of Bartholomew Diaz. And he traveled the waters around the southern tip of Africa, and there where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans meet. And because of the different temperatures, it caused turbulent storms and it caused a rough sea travel. And so Bartholomew Diaz, he named that strait, that passage, he called it the Cape of Storms. But it wasn't a short time later that another explorer by the name of John II of Portugal traveled those same waters. And John renamed that cape, and he renamed the cape from the Cape of Storms to the Cape of Good Hope. For John looked not at the storms and the raging sea, but he saw the possibilities of the trade route that would be open to India, that there would lie great opportunities for the people of Portugal. One cape, two names. One name focuses on the difference of the difficulties of the journey. The other name focuses on the hope, the opportunities, and the possibilities of the destination. As we look at you sitting here this evening, we understand that you had the right perspective. You didn't just see the difficulties of challenge of learning and relearning. You didn't just see the difficulties of having to balance a hectic schedule. You didn't see the difficulties of just studying and preparing and taking challenging tests. But you saw the possibilities of the doors that would be open. You saw the possibilities of new careers and the advancing opportunities in present careers. You saw the possibility of dreams fulfilled and visions realized. For you to be sitting here this evening, you had to have had the right perspective. And I challenge you to keep that perspective. Keep up the pace as you go throughout your life, so that when life brings you challenges that could cause you to stumble, you will use those same challenges to be stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks as you go forth to fulfill your purpose in life. Secondly, the A, keep the right attitude. Someone once says your attitude will determine your altitude. And if I might add my 2 cents to that, I would say this: you determine your attitude. We live in a society that looks to make excuses. We live in a day and age where individuals look to point fingers and blame others. We live in a culture that looks to take the easy way out. But you have demonstrated an attitude that testifies that you would rather make the extra effort than to make an excuse. You have demonstrated an attitude that testifies that you would rather challenge yourself than to blame someone else. That's an attitude that brings about success. So I challenge you, keep the right attitude and keep up the pace. Thirdly, the C, keep being courageous. Courage is not the absence of fear, but it's the presence of faith in the midst of fear. And for you to be here this evening, it took courage, because we all have a fear of failure to some degree. But instead of letting your fear stop you from trying, you demonstrated the courage to take on the challenge and be successful. I'm reminded of a young shepherd boy by the name of David. Many know the story of David and Goliath, how a young boy defeated a giant who not only stood 9 feet tall, but he was skilled in warfare. But when you look at David's courage to face a giant, David's courage didn't just begin in the valley when he began to fight the giant, but David's courage was developed from past experience. David said that it was how God had given him victory over the lions and bears in his past that gave him the courage to defeat the giant in his present. So I encourage you to keep being courageous. Keep up the pace, because life will bring you many challenges. But the same courage that brought you to this point today, so that you are now realizing the fruits of your labor, will be the same courage that will allow you to overcome the challenges that lie ahead. Keep being courageous. Finally, the E, keep enduring. Webster defines endurance as the ability to do something over a long period of time. I don't have to tell you, but life isn't easy. It's constantly filled with many struggles and many challenges. It's filled with many peaks and many valleys. And sometimes the valleys seem so deep and so long. Trust me, I know about some valleys. And it's oftentimes in the valleys of our lives that we find ourselves wanting to give up and wanting to quit. But I want to challenge you to keep on enduring, because the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but to those that endure. I want to leave you with these words from the Apostle Paul, who was all about fulfilling his purpose. He was one who kept up the pace. He says, "Do you not know that in a race all the runners run their very best to win, but only one receives the prize? So run your race in such a way that you will seize the prize and make it yours." He says, "I do not consider that I have made it my own yet, but one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and reaching forward to what lies ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize." So I challenge you, keep the right perspective. Keep up the right attitude. Keep being courageous. Keep on enduring. Keep reaching for the stars. Keep fulfilling your purpose. I challenge you to keep up the pace. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Reverend GALLAHER, for such an inspirational message. You have presented a challenge to the members of this class that will serve them for many years to come. I would now like to ask one of our graduating students, Chris Ricker, to make a few remarks about the impact that Roane State has made on her while she has obtained her academic goals. Chris is an occupational therapy assistant student from Redding, California, and the daughter again of Mike Ricker and Terry Ricker. Chris has been active, to say the least, in volunteerism throughout the OTA program. She holds memberships in both the American Occupational Therapy Association and the Tennessee Occupational Therapy Association. She has worked as a volunteer during the annual Tennessee Occupational Therapy Association conference in 2014 as well as 2015. She participated in interviewing OTA applicants for the 2017 class and was instrumental in coordinating the luncheon and disabilities awareness activities for new student orientation. In addition, Chris traveled to Belize as a part of an international education course in the spring of 2015 and used the knowledge she gained in the occupational therapy program to coordinate an after-school program for underprivileged children. During the trip, Chris developed occupational therapy-based activities for mentally ill adults living in a permanent housing institution. Chris currently holds the office of treasurer on the Student Occupational Therapy Association Club, and in her role as a board member, she recently organized and implemented a community service project for adults residing in supportive housing for the homeless population. Chris has a true passion for improving the lives of others. Again, study, engage, serve. Please welcome our 2016 President's Award recipient, Chris Ricker.
Good evening. I am so excited to be with you today. As Dr. WILLIE said, I'm Chris Ricker, now an almost graduate of the Occupational Therapy Assistant Program. And I just have a few thoughts I want to share with you today that I learned over the past several years that I think is going to apply to the next stages of our life. But first off, in case you did not hear it today, you deserve to hear it. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of what you accomplished today. This was huge, right? This was monumental. This took a lot out of you, didn't it? It took late nights, it took perseverance, it took studying to a whole new level. It took you missing out on family events, it took you missing out on memories. It took a lot, right? So I am proud of you for what you gave up to be here today. You achieved greatness. So take a minute, be a little introspective, and capture this feeling. What do you feel like right now? Because this is pretty phenomenal, okay? Hold on to that, and we're gonna come back to it. So like I said, it was stressful, right? Okay, there's a whole new breed of stress. It had me stressed out. I did a whole lot of stress crying. I did a whole lot more stress eating, okay? I kept Oreos in business. It was a good time. And so I needed a way to deal with that stress. So like anybody else, I took on the hobby of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because that's common, right? That's what people do. No. I practice at Knoxville Martial Arts Academy. It's been a lifesaver for me. It's taught me discipline, it taught me endurance, it taught me the difference between pain and discomfort and when to identify that, when to change your course or when to press on. It's just been incredibly impactful. And the head coach, Eric Turner, constantly gives us a quote, and it's called, "Good is the enemy of great." And that's what I want you to take home today. Good is the enemy of great. So track with me here. You started out good at school, right? You came to school, you learned to study, you learned your program, you became good at something. Now you are great at school, aren't you? You're done with it. You just finished it, you're great at it, okay? So you've got that down. Stepping out from here, you are a good practitioner. You are good at what you do, right? Okay, entry level, no big deal. The challenge is we often get stuck with good because we like being good at something. It makes us feel happy with ourselves. I like being a good cook. I like being good at paddleboarding. I like being good at jiu-jitsu. But the temptation is to stay there. It's to settle for that, right? We know a lot of really good people, but they're not excellent. And so I challenge you today that you just prove to yourself and everybody in this room that you could go from good to great, right? You just accomplished that. So from here on out, you don't go out there and get a well-paying job of what you love to do and settle for being good. There are no more excuses. That is a waste of your gifts and your abilities. You are capable of greatness, okay? So that was my main point I wanted to give you today, that you are capable of greatness, and good is the enemy of great. Do not settle. Do not become stagnant out in the world, but go out there and get it. We are capable of greatness. Does anybody feel great? Anyone? We can interact. Okay, there we go. I feel pretty great today. So don't go out there and settle for being good, for good is the enemy of great. I'm keeping it short because I'm ready to walk across the stage with y'all. So thank you very much.
Chris, thank you so much for speaking to your peers this evening and for being such an outstanding representative of Roane State Community College. At this time, Dr. Diane Ward, our Chief Academic Officer, will present the student awards.
With the recipients of the 2016 4.0 Achievement Awards, please stand when I call your name. Hunter Christina Bosnick, Brandon Allen Buck, Hannah Cheryl Cross, Gina Coretta Hobson, Paulina Pavlovnia, Caleb A. McGee, Edward Joseph Mashad IV, Cynthia Renee Plemons, Misty Sunshine Price, Christina Alexandria Sexton, Laura Beth Waters. Please join me in giving a round of applause for our Academic Achievement Award winners.
Thank you so much. And at this time, Professor Brad Fox, president of the Roane State Community College Faculty Senate, will come forward to present the 2015-2016 Benro Award that recognizes this year's outstanding faculty member.
Thank you, President WILLIE. On behalf of all faculty, congratulations to the graduates and to all of your supporters. Roane State's Benro Award is named in memory of a former teacher and principal, Sarah Ellen Benro. Mrs. Benro was a teacher and school principal in Ohio and encouraged her children and others around her to strive for excellence. The award includes a $1,000 cash prize and a trip to the Great Teacher Seminar in Hawaii. The award is sponsored by the Roane State Foundation. Edward C. Browder and Dr. and Mrs. John R. Sisk provided the initial Benro endowment. Mrs. Sisk is Sarah Ellen Benro's daughter. This recognition is made more prestigious by the fact that the winner is selected by his and her peers at the college. As I call the faculty member's name, please come to the stage. Our finalists are Julie Hall. Julie is an associate professor and program director in the Radiologic Technology program. She is in the dissertation phase of completing a doctorate from the University of Tennessee in educational psychology and research with a concentration in adult learning. Julie has a Master of Public Health and a Bachelor of Science degree in biochemistry, molecular and cellular biology from the University of Tennessee. She also has an Associate of Applied Science degree in Radiologic Technology from Roane State Community College. Prior to higher education, she has worked in the healthcare field as a radiologic and computed tomography technologist. Pam Sergi. Dr. Sergi holds a PhD in biomedical sciences from the University of Tennessee. As a member of the Math Science Division, she teaches anatomy and physiology and microbiology. She also teaches cardiopulmonary renal anatomy and physiology for the respiratory therapy program in Allied Health. She serves on Faculty Senate and she chairs the Admissions and Retention Committee. Dr. Sergi is honored to spend each semester with her students and she enjoys learning about their lives, achievements, and plans for the future. From their college experience, she hopes her students always remember learning is lifelong and compassion is a superpower. William Bill West. Bill is an associate professor of nursing and lead faculty for the Medical Surgical Nursing II and Psychosocial Nursing courses at Roane State Community College. He has an Associate of Science degree from Walter State and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Psychology and a Master of Science in Nursing from the University of Tennessee. He has had extensive experience as an RN in both med-surg and psychiatric settings for 35 years and has taught for 23 years. The last 16 years at Roane State Community College, he has taught well over 1,000 RNs in his career. On behalf of all the faculty, congratulations to this year's finalists. This year's Sarah Ellen Benro Outstanding Teacher is Dr. Pam Sergi.
Congratulations again to each of the nominees and to Dr. Pamela Sergi, Professor of Biology, for being selected by your peers as the Benro Award recipient and this year's Roane State Community College Outstanding Faculty Member. Well, it is time. Dr. Ward, would you please prepare the class of 2016 for graduation?
Will the candidates for the associate degree or certificate please rise? President WILLIE, these students have completed the requirements for the associate degree or certificate. On behalf of the faculty, it is my privilege to present them to you and ask that you confer upon them the appropriate degree.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. And by the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents and the state of Tennessee, I hereby confer upon you in each of your respective groups the Associate of Applied Science degree, the Associate of Science degree, Associate of Arts, or appropriate certificate with full privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. You may now move your tassels to the left. We invite you now to please come forward to receive your degree or appropriate certificate.
The following graduates are receiving the Associate of Applied Science in Physical Therapy Assistant. Lauren Janice Atkinson, cum laude. Ashley Renee Anderson. Jeffrey Allen Anderson. Nathan Lee Bollier, magna cum laude. William Roy Beck also serves in the Army National Guard. Chase Aaron Brantley, summa cum laude, serves in the U.S. Marine Corps. Semper Fi. Stephanie P. Cook, cum laude. Kevin Brent Kopic, magna cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Duncan, cum laude. Camilla R. Duncan, cum laude. Hunter Wade Gallagher, cum laude. Matthew Benjamin Gregory, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Griffiths, summa cum laude. Derek Randall Harlan, cum laude. Danielle Nicole Holloway, cum laude. Douglas Patrick Mergolo, magna cum laude. Paige Nicole Scroggins, cum laude. I missed rehearsal. Victoria Leanne Terry, magna cum laude. Natalia Zucker, magna cum laude. Denise Capshaw Gaines, receiving her Associate of Applied Science in Allied Health Sciences. The following graduates received their Associate of Applied Science in Dental Hygiene Technology. Melinda Blake Barnes. Amanda Guerin Bearden, magna cum laude. Jessica Lindley Blank, cum laude. Miranda Suzanne Carpenter. Caroline July Dean, cum laude. Caitlin Shelby Evans. David Nathaniel Humphrey, cum laude. Leslie M. Setzer. China Lee Thompson. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Health Information Technology. Alicia Lee Cruz. Brooke Glenn Dykes. Tiffany Nicole Garrison, graduating summa cum laude, also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Kimberly Faith Goodman. Victoria Angela Green. Tommy Alec Hodge, also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Yaritza Wichapa. Caitlin Masick. John Ellis Matheny, also receiving a certificate in diagnosis and procedural coding. Jennifer Lynn Phillips. Jennifer Lynn Pugh. Joyce Siebert Gouge. Julianne Marie Weaver, graduating summa cum laude, also receiving a certificate in diagnosis and procedural coding. Lisa Diane Williams, cum laude. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Occupational Therapy Assistant. Lori Allion, summa cum laude. Tiffany Ann Blake, cum laude. Cassandra Jo Bouvier, magna cum laude. Wow. Amy Louise Carr, cum laude. Anna Elizabeth Cashin. Amanda Lee Kaufman. Beth B. Duncan, summa cum laude. Jason Gonzalez. Morgan Marie Grunenfelder, summa cum laude. Ashton Michael Hay, also serving in the U.S. Army. Kyle Joseph Hay, also serving in the U.S. Marine Corps. Tyler Grayson Jernigan. Kelly Marie Long. Carson Taylor Melton. Brittany Mariah Melvin, cum laude. Alicia Darlene Nance, cum laude. Julie Knoll, cum laude. Christina Louise Ricker, cum laude. Joshua Coleman Stewart, summa cum laude. Stacy Don Savet. Abby Ray Watson. Sabilla Jessica Watson, cum laude. Brianne Jones Wright, cum laude. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Opticianry. Colby Renee Bowling, cum laude. Brittany Faith Chambers. Lauren J. Coulter. Kayla Michelle Daniels, also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Travis Lynn Davis, cum laude, also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Marshall Scott Fugate. Amy Beth Helton. Jason Paul Leinart, cum laude. Bryson Andrew Lemons. Emily Ann Lena, magna cum laude. Savannah Lauren Oakes, magna cum laude. Colleen Tara Phillips, also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Whitney Kristen Quillen. Ashley Nicole Ramos, cum laude. Shania Kaylee Snow. Jamie Lee Sword, cum laude. Christy Lynn Summers, cum laude. Heather Dawn Stowers. Stephanie Renee Thompson. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Radiologic Technology. Taylor Elise Bellel, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Benson, summa cum laude. Casey Lee Bruner, summa cum laude. Brittany Rose Choate, magna cum laude. Wendy Jean Conkin, magna cum laude. Allison Rebecca Dayton. Kaylee Nicole Ellison, cum laude. Stacy Danielle Evans, cum laude. Justine Page Hurst, cum laude. Kayla Ann Harmos, magna cum laude. Rebecca May Lasky. Brandy Lee Leach, magna cum laude, also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Tad Danielle McDaddy Lewis, summa cum laude. Victoria Lee Massengale, summa cum laude. Amy Ruth McGrady, summa cum laude. Christy Leanne Norris, cum laude. Kesney Nicole Pelham, summa cum laude. Graciela Perret, magna cum laude. Jacob Lawrence Elvis Perkins, cum laude. Eva Maria Pettit, magna cum laude. Emily Peyton Phillips, magna cum laude. Audrey Madison Pratt, magna cum laude. Caitlin A. Presnell, summa cum laude. Mandy Cherie Sandberg, cum laude. Victoria Lee Shaw, magna cum laude. Ashley Nicole Stevens, magna cum laude. Sarah Jo Louise Williamson, magna cum laude. Amber Lynn Zimprich, magna cum laude. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Respiratory Therapy Technology. Katrina Sue Barkley. Stacy Nicole Bedingfield, summa cum laude. James Alexander Dixon. Misty Marie Goodman, also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Gregory Thomas James. Shasta Marie Marlowe. Brenda Lee Relford, magna cum laude. Jan F. Terry. The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science in Surgical Technology. Allison Denise Carroll. Sydney Jolene Heacock, also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Randy Lynn Martin, magna cum laude. Tabitha Denise Maxwell, cum laude. Morgan Colleen McCoy. The following are receiving their certificate in Diagnosis and Procedural Coding. Palomi Dasgupata. The following receiving their certificate in Healthcare Documentation Specialist, Melinda Marie Davis. Heather Nicole Haley. The following are receiving their certificate in Massage Therapy, Katrina Danielle Collins. Anna H. Kreisman, also receiving her Associate of Applied Science in Allied Health Sciences. Katie Beth Jude. Andrew Roger Klein. Heather H. Ritchie. J. Danielle Sabine. Heather Marie Whitmore. Justin Ray Woodbury. The following are receiving their certificate in Pharmacy Technician. Kayla Nicole Carmack. Amber Jean Hart. Kelsey Rose Llewellyn. Natalie Taylor Rogers. The following are receiving their certificate in polysomnography. Kayla Beth Irizarry, also receiving her associate degree in Allied Health Sciences. Samuel Houston Jones.
The following are receiving their Associate of Applied Science degree in Nursing. Cicely May Alcorn. Patricia Ray Anke. April Danae Beams. Michelle Lynn Bell. Amy Lee Blevins. She's also receiving an Associate of Science degree. Linda Marie Boland. Brittany Nashay Boland. Heather Denise Brady. Adam Fuller Caputo. Ashlyn Olivia Coda. Kristen Nicole Cox. Lisa Lynn Crass. Treva Joanne Courier. Carly Ashton Davis. Jennifer Lorraine Eckstein. Catherine Marie Elliott. Stephanie Barbara Fulner. Holly Lorraine Ford. Paloma Garcia. Andrea Rochelle Garrett. Whitney Lynn Givens. Courtney Paige Gresham. Stephanie Michelle Hall. Jennifer Hill. Natalie Marie Howard. Dawn Wesley Humphrey. Deanna Caroline Judkins, cum laude. Brandy Nicole Kiersey. Jennifer Lee Ledbetter. Olivia Kathleen Lamone. Jessica Nicole Long. Logan Danielle Long, also receiving an Associate of Science. Amanda Lorraine Maddox. Vivian Joyce Manley Rookard, cum laude. Jacqueline Clara Mountain. Erica Summer Neal. Mary Jo Archer Nevers, magna cum laude. Samantha Ann Oliver. Samantha Marie Owens. Jennifer Lee Parks. Janet Lynn Peevely. Robin Lynette Redlin. Melissa Ann Rogers. Elena A. Rosenberg. Laurel Cooper Schrantz. Sarah Jessica Seaman. Sarah Catherine Sears. Leah Shakely. April Douglas Smith. Helen Whitney Smith. Tiffany Lynn Sprunger. Audra Natasha Stone. Ty Andrew Taubenheim. Ivory Elizabeth Turner. Tanner Ray Walker. Amber Nicole Weaver. Jessica Whitney York. Search tech. Okay. 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 Receiving an Associate of Science, Laurel Elizabeth Hoover, cum laude. Tyler Warren Scalf. Receiving an Associate of Applied Science in Business, Darius Monteco Patterson. Okay. Receiving an associate degree in early childhood education, Misty Sunshine Price, summa cum laude. Receiving an Associate of Science in Financial Services, Tiffany A. Adkins.
Graduating our first middle college with an Associate of Science degree, Randall Kenneth Arwood. Congratulations. Charlie Ann Berry. Matthew Ray Bond, magna cum laude. Adam Lee Brock. Brandon Allen Buck, summa cum laude. Shelby Brianna Casaus, magna cum laude. Allison Lauren Clower. Mason Wayne Davis. Madison Michelle Duncan, magna cum laude. Shelby Cameron Dunn. Got a whole. Haley Dawn Hall, magna cum laude. Cerie. Molly Cerie Uden, cum laude. You ready? Luke Thomas Huddleston. You got your card? I did last time. Edward Joseph Mashad IV, summa cum laude. Autumn D. Monkhouse. Connor Christopher Nelson. Trayton Campbell Peters. Joshua C. Workman, magna cum laude.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting to do this a long time, so would you please join me in congratulating the class of 2016 for Roane State Community College. Of course, we can't end this evening without recognizing that each student has achieved a significant milestone in their lives, but as with any accomplishment, they have not done this alone. And perhaps most importantly, I expect that none of these graduates who have received their degrees or certificates tonight have done so without the support of many family and friends. So, if you have played any role as a family member, a friend, if you've offered a word of encouragement or helped in any way make it possible for these students to become our graduating class, would you please stand in the audience? And graduates, would you please join me in thanking them for their support? And if you'll remain standing, graduating class, would you please also now realize, as I know you do, that our faculty have challenged you to help make it possible for you to learn and expand your educational horizons. So, graduates, would you please join me in thanking our faculty members? I would like to thank the faculty and staff who have worked so diligently in making this evening possible, including the graduation committee so ably chaired by Mrs. Catherine Rhodes, the Dean of Student Academic Services. Would you please join me in thanking all those who made this evening possible? We're almost done, but I want to do something I've been threatening to do for a long time. I'm going to get the first selfie with the graduating class, okay? So let's see some life in you, okay? Congratulations to you all. This concludes our graduation ceremony. If you'll please stand as the stage party, the faculty, and the graduates exit the floor, I would remind you that refreshments are being served in the courtyard. Thank you for being such a great part of tonight's celebration.